All right, let's talk about the hidden engine room that runs every single modern business. It's the thing that connects every department, every app, every single piece of data. It's called the Enterprise Integration Fabric. And the biggest question you can ask yourself is that fabric helping you, or is it secretly holding you back? Let's find out. I mean, this really gets to the heart of the matter, right? Just think about it for a second. When a customer clicks buy on your website, that one action kicks off a whole chain reaction. Your e-commerce site has to talk to your inventory system, which has to talk to your shipping partner, which then has to ping your finance software. That whole seamless experience for the customer, it depends entirely on this super complex web of connections working perfectly in the background. And yeah, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? What happens when the very thing that's supposed to connect your entire business is actually the biggest source of friction? You know, when it stops being a superhighway and starts feeling more like a permanent traffic jam. I'm sure this sounds painfully familiar to a lot of you. Projects just get stuck waiting for a simple data connection. Your IT budget gets completely swallowed up just trying to keep the lights on. And all those big, amazing, innovative ideas, they just die on the vine because the systems underneath are just too rigid, too complex to handle anything new. Okay, so let's define what we're actually talking about here. The integration fabric, it's the whole shebang. The entire collection of tech and processes that connects your digital world. The best way to think about it is like your company's digital central nervous system. It's supposed to send signals fast and reliably between all the different parts of your business so they can all work together as one cohesive unit. So to figure out how to fix this thing, we've got to pop the hood and understand what's actually inside this so-called fabric. We need to unpack all the hidden complexity that's lurking just beneath the surface of your day-to-day work. We'll start at the top with the most visible layer, API management. You know, APIs are basically the contracts that let different software programs talk to each other. Managing them well is like having a perfectly organized library that spells out exactly how all your systems can and should interact, not just inside your company, but with the outside world too. Now, digging just a little deeper, we usually find the Enterprise Service Bus, or ESB. This is a more, let's say, traditional, centralized way of doing things. I want you to picture a single massive intersection with one traffic cop in the middle, directing every single message. That's the ESB's job, to route and sometimes transform all that data flowing between your big core applications. And then, of course, you've got the data itself. Data integration, often through a process called ETL, is all about just moving that information around. It's really the plumbing of your business. You extract data from one place, you transform it into a format you need, and you load it into another system where you can actually analyze it. But here's the thing. Those three pieces, they're just the tip of the iceberg. A real world integration fabric has all this other stuff. You've got message brokers, security firewalls, single sign-on tools, monitoring systems. I mean, the list just goes on. And every single piece is often a separate tool with its own team, its own rules. It gets complicated fast. And this is the crucial point. When you just throw all those pieces together without a clear overarching strategy, you don't get a nice, clean fabric. You get a tangled web. And that web is what creates friction. It slows you down, and it builds up what we call technical debt, which is just the long-term price you pay for taking the easy shortcut today instead of doing it right. So how you get out of this mess? Well, the good news is there is a clear path forward, a way to get from all that complexity to some real clarity. Let's walk through how you actually build a better foundation for your future. Now, this next part is absolutely critical. The first step is not to start ripping everything out and rebuilding from scratch. That is a recipe for disaster. Instead, you start by getting a clear, brutally honest map of what you currently have. Think of it like a surgeon demanding an X-ray before they even think about picking up a scalpel. You have to know what you're dealing with. A proper assessment really looks at two key things. First, it audits the technology itself, your integration fabric. But, and this is just as important, it also evaluates your business process management, or BPM. That means looking at how your people actually use this tech to get their jobs done. It's about finding the human workflows and the human bottlenecks. And this isn't some surface level glance either. A real assessment is a comprehensive health check. It looks at everything from your high level API strategy all the way down to the nitty gritty reliability of your individual data pipelines. The whole point is to find every single weakness, every inefficiency, and every risk in the system. So once you have that clear map from the assessment, you can finally move to action. So what does this whole process actually deliver? What are the real, tangible outcomes that are going to change how you do business? Well, the goal is nothing short of a complete transformation. You're trying to move from that messy current state with fragmented tools and sky-high technical debt to a future-ready state, one with optimized integration, true business agility, and a solid foundation that's actually built for growth. And the output isn't some vague feeling that we should probably do better. No, it's a set of concrete, actionable deliverables. You get a detailed report that actually scores your maturity and points out all the risks. You get clear recommendations on what to fix first to get the biggest bang for your buck. And most importantly, you get a step-by-step modernization roadmap to guide the entire journey. So what's the bottom line here? What does this all mean for you? Well, this process gives you total clarity to find those hidden risks, you get a custom-built plan to fix them, and you create the foundation you need to innovate faster, all while slashing that long-term technical debt and lowering your day-to-day operational costs. It's a huge win. Okay, so as we wrap up, let's bring it all back home. Why does any of this technical detail actually matter for your overall business strategy? Because a healthy, modern integration fabric, it isn't just some IT asset buried in a server room somewhere. It is the core engine that drives your growth. It's what gives you the agility to respond to market changes. And let's be honest, in today's digital world, it is a fundamental source of your competitive advantage. So I'll leave you with this one final thought to really chew on. Take a hard, honest look at your own organization and ask this question. Is our integration fabric a powerful engine pushing us forward, or is it a heavy anchor holding us back from where we desperately need to be? The answer to that question could very well define your future.